Okay, so here's my last example for section 3.1. This is a division problem. And again, your same basic challenge exists. You're trying to rewrite these things in this form, a plus bi. So as I stated in the notes, what you do is you look at your denominator. Our denominator in this case is 5 minus 12i. And you decide what the conjugate of that is. So the conjugate of that is 12 or 5 plus 12i. And that becomes what you multiply by. Now we need to multiply it by the numerator and denominator. Remember, maybe from grade school, this is just like multiplying by 1. It's just like multiplying by a form of 1 is the way they say it. So really we're turning this division problem into a multiplication problem. And you'll see what happens as we go. So it's basically two multiplication problems. I'll go a little faster through this because I've already done several multiplication problems. The top comes out to be 1 times 5. 1 times 5 is just 5. And then plus 12i plus 20i plus 48i squared. Make sure I'm doing that right. Okay. The denominator comes out to be 25 plus 60i minus 60i minus 144i squared. So if we simplify this, remember we should get rid of all of our I squareds, and we need to make our answer look like a plus bi. Well, let's see what happens. So on our numerator, we have an I squared. So this comes out to be 5 plus 12i plus 20i minus 48. In the denominator, we have 25. These cancel off. This is I squared. So that becomes plus 144 on the bottom. So then just keep simplifying the numerator separately, and we'll deal with the expression at the end. So the numerator and denominator, the denominator is 169. Okay. The numerator looks like it's going to be negative 43 plus 32i. Which is basically an acceptable answer, right? I would accept that on a test. However, my math lab might be a little more picky about that. The textbooks certainly are. So the answer that you're going to see in almost every textbook is written like this. You just have to break this fraction apart and think of it as this is our real part. This is negative 43 over 169 is our real part, whereas the imaginary part is the 32i over 169. So again, usually your answers are written like this in algebra, although this other one that I circled for me would be acceptable, but on my math lab, you may need to write it in this other form, okay?